Hello and welcome to our cafe. I just want to let you know, I've got a chef on today and I've also got a barista who's going to be making the coffees. And just so you know, all I do is I take the orders. If you went to a restaurant or a cafe and the waiter opened up with that would seem a bit weird, wouldn't it? But yet in real estate, we have this overarching need to tell everyone who's in our team and what it is that they do. Oh, I've got a PA and this is my buyer's agent. Why do you need to explain it? Why can't they just feel the service experience as it actually happens? And this is one of the greatest challenges inside of any team, whenever I'm working with them, I walk in and I say, hey guys, it's going to ask you a very simple question. Who are you and what do you do here? And often what I'll do is I'll get people go, oh, I'm a buyer's agent. And I'll get someone over here and go, oh, I'm the PA. I just do the admin. And then you get the other person who goes, oh, well, I'm the reason these two exist. And when you hear that, the way that people describe what they do and what they actually do to turn up inside of that team probably shows how they show up. But now what would actually happen if you walk into that business and say, hey, what do you do? Oh, I'm in a position, I'm the lead agent. We get to do 100 transactions a year. I'm supported by another great co-agent inside of my team. And what do you do here? I'm the co-agent, I prospect, and I list, and I sell. And my goal is to really try to drive market share in this next market that we're looking to grow. And who are you here? And I'm the head of operations, and I help to run $1 million business. And my job is to make sure that I've got my agents out on the racetrack doing what agents do, which is to prospect, to list, and to sell. And I'm in charge of the compliance and the marketing and making sure that we do everything great to become an incredible business. And when you start to think about that, that's when things fundamentally change. The other thing is that ultimately, sometimes as a business grows, you've got a lot of crossover. And a great example of that is that when an agent has just put someone on inside of their team, and that person is kind of like a bit of a hybrid role. They're doing a little bit of admin, they're doing a little bit of sales stuff, but you know what? Admin will always grow to all available time. And the challenge is they never really do any of the sales stuff. And then all of a sudden one day you go, you know what, I'm going to put someone else now on full time to do our operations and admin, and you have to step out and now you need to become a salesperson. And then what you then find is that all of a sudden they never really do, because ultimately they're still there to kind of like babysit this role, but yet they don't really want to do that role because there's a bit of rejection. And what you're actually doing is you're setting yourself up for failure. What you're better to do is to take an A3 piece of paper and actually just draw up each person. It's okay, great. This is the lead agent. This is the co-agent, this is operations. And then what I want you to think about is what does every single one of those roles do that's done every day? And then what do those roles do on a Monday, on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday, on a Thursday, on a Friday? Let's say, for example, on a Monday, most agents would do a callback. Most operational people would process any exchanges from the weekend, pack up all the open for inspection packs, get the vendor reports ready. What would we do on a Friday? Operations gets all the open for inspection stuff ready for Saturday. And what does an agent do? They go and call their vendors, make sure they're ready for the open homes. They get buyers to opens, they get buyers to auctions. They do the things that great agents do. If you can operate with that level of structure and discipline, it changes everything inside of your business. Don't operate with a ton of confusion. Operate with a ton of clarity. Just ask your people inside of your team, who are you and what do you do here? And what does your job role do on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? And what are the types of things that you do every day to allow you to go to perform at the highest levels?